let's get right into it. Into the land of dawn we go, ladies and gentlemen. As let's take a look at the drafts once more, right? Let's identify the win conditions for both of these teams, because I mentioned it a little bit, but they're already pushing the pace here. Naomi using that early aggression to chunk Chaknu to open up the map so that he can go and maybe just harass Ryzen a little bit in that jungle.
Yeah, and Ryzen is going to be the key opponent, winning factor coming in from Omega East. Smart Omega, just because he needs to be able to pressure Naomi to a certain degree. Naomi not going to have an easy time going up on Ryzen. However, he can look to focus on E2 Max later on. But seems like that's not going to be the case, because this is an early skirmish coming from Falcon Esports. That is going to help them win out the lanes a little bit more and try and threaten Ryzen later on.
Yeah, looking at the rotations, looks like they are trying to control the river side. Right now, Ryzen is taking a lot of damage, but it looks like they're going to focus on to Chanu. Chanu taking a lot of damage, but the flicker has been pushed out. And right now, for the side of Falcon, I think they got a lot there just because they got the flicker from Chanu.
Yeah, it's a small win for Falcon. They force a flicker out, and they also get the Litho Wanderer, right? But this is what we expect from their composition. Just crazy aggression as Naomi does the same thing. Goes and invades, and Ryzen's having a tough time.
I'm really surprised by the confidence coming from Naomi. This technically should not be possible, considering that Ryzen is such a tanky jungler as of yet. But he is there to annoy him, not for the sake of killing him, but threaten his position to a point that he doesn't farm efficiently, making enough space for the rest of the team. However, this is pretty much Smart Omega's game plan, right? Focus on the Ryzen, it's good, because eventually E2 Max is going to have a better laning phase.
It's all about stalling if we're talking about Omega. That Omega timer clicks at usually 18 minutes, 16 minutes in the game, and Falcon, they do not want that to happen.
Yeah, Ryzen right now is getting targeted. Right now, he has 4 people onto him, and the first blood goes to Naomi.
Oh, you can see, again, the early aggression is coming through. But what Falcon does so well that we haven't noticed is the timing of when they use this aggression. They time it perfectly for the turtle to spawn, and they get the setup based on that pick alone. Ryzen can't really get here, and they might even be able to steal away the purple. Notice how Ken did not use the retribution.
Yeah, he's going to try and threaten it as well. Look at his positioning. He still have the position as well. He's threatening with the heavy spin, even though he doesn't have it here. It's all about those mind games, and I don't think Smart Omega realized this. But as of now, what was really big about the catch is making sure that Ryzen doesn't have a good day. And at the same time, you saw how tanky and how much commitment they needed to actually take him down. But on the top side, Naomi getting threatened a little bit by Kelra.
Yeah, looks like that was a failed attempt, but this is the thing. Falcon, they don't even have to really succeed. All they have to do is actually apply pressure, because if they don't apply pressure, then Naomi on this Natalia is not going to feel good. Make sure that they control river. Make sure that they can control the jungle. Because for the side of Omega, yes, they want to stall. But for the side of Falcon, right now, what they really need is at least a 2.5 gold lead to make sure that for the side of Omega, they will have a difficult time to re-control the lanes.
I feel like right now, it's a very even game, but it looks like Falcon wants to force something. Yeah, they cancel it out, noticing that Chaknu was up there to help Kelra. But back again to the point, Omega, they want to stall the game. I feel like they're going to be really comfortable if Falcon just stays at least like a maximum 3,000 gold lead. That's where you're comfortable, right? But if Falcon keeps on getting these little victories in the lane, in the enemy jungle, getting the turtle, it's going to add up into that XP diff. It's going to add up to where the Claude will do more damage than Kelra. We saw this earlier in the first match.
Yep, agree. And then let's take a look at the emblems real quick as well. You can see Naomi going for the usual high and dry as well as penetration. He is looking to seal the deal. He's got 1 kill, but he, as of now, he can look to threaten Ryzen once again. Look at the damage with the Dawning like on top of it all. Ryzen might be in a little bit of trouble. However, he's going to be able to sustain through the burst, and that is going to be the shutdown coming from Ryzen.
Yeah, and over here we can definitely see that for the side of Falcon, they want to focus on to Ryzen, because as a jungler, for the side of Falcon, they do want to control the turtle. Right now, Ken is there, and looks like he was able to actually pick it up. He able to actually get the purple buff.
Oh, he's going for more than just the purple buff.
Looks like he still wants to go up, because here's the Kelra. Kelra is there dishing out the damage, but Justin manages to get out with the flicker.
The sprint, actually, right? That's why I really like the choice of sprint here, but look at Naomi!
Yeah, Naomi over here is going crazy. But again, Kelra always knows when the engage is coming in. A fight here. Yellow Flash is taking a lot of damage, but that is Uranus. Uranus will be able to say that no problem, but we can't say the same for Ryzen. Right now, Falcon with a 1.5 thousand gold lead is going over for the turtle. But on the top side, we can see 2 members of Omega still not able to pressure Silent.
That was a huge catch coming from Naomi as well, alongside with Justin's setup with play. Omega did not expect it at all. They thought they got the kill on Naomi, but if you think about it, this is a roaming Natalia. Him dying early on is not that much of a bigger deal because he's got a relatively quick respawn timer. And I'm pretty sure Smart Omega wasn't expecting that fight. However, with bottom side, they get the catch on Razio. Can they focus him down? Unfortunately, no, they cannot. The Numinum Blast coming from Chaknu is going to provide a little bit of assistance, and that is going to be enough to scare him off.
Ramsey is too tanky, man, but here's the thing, Falcon, they can't let up because we're at 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Omega is just getting stronger and stronger, and looking at the jungle, looks like Ryzen is trying to find any farm that he can, and even if he can't, as long as he has the information of where everyone is. Right now, Kelra, 0-0-0. This is not good. Falcon needs to shut down Kelra early.
Well,
speaking of which, right now, Naomi, but Kelra over there, almost managing to kill him out. Kelra, the map sense on this kid is beyond this world.
The instinct, right? It's coming out to that killer instinct. That instinct that he has here in the game is just so phenomenal. But back on your point here, they're going to the top side. Chaknu here, just waiting for Ken to show up. He's going for a dive, actually.
Yeah, Ken over here, he used his retribution, but it is not enough. Chaknu trying to engage Naomi, stopping him off. Ken over there in the middle, managing to catch Ryzen, but Ryzen is a very tanky boy. Looks like he is able to get out of there with no problem.
Yeah, you can see the difficulties coming from Naomi. He wants to threaten this, but hold that thought for now. Ryzen, okay, is he going to go over fight? Looks like he is going to try it as well. But it seems like he will give up for now because as of yet, the tanky composition from Omega is starting to shine. But Naomi, he's not giving up. He wants to try again, and he gets the kill on Ryzen. He underestimated Naomi.
Naomi, man, he doesn't have a role. Naomi is whatever Naomi wants to be. But again, look at Etomax. He's still scaling. For the side of Falcon, they're winning, but they're not winning enough. Pressuring mid lane is great. Getting Turtle is great. But they got to handle Etomax as well as Kelra. As long as these two members don't die, it's still going to be Omega's win condition.
Yeah, I agree 100% here. The thing is, Falcon has a build-up of 1.7 thousand gold lead here. They're going to be pushing it now to probably like, 2,000 gold lead, but the thing is, they haven't really been able to take any turrets down. So still no map pressure or just equal map pressure. And the thing is, Ryzen, he's been falling behind, but this is all right. This is what Omega wants. With Ryzen playing in that jungle on the timers, he just wants to soak in the damage and be a distraction for these main carries to keep on scaling. Etumax and Kelra, who just doing a phenomenal job at farming and keeping it safe.
Well, hold that thought for now. Top side, Naomi, he might find Kelra. He's going to go for side as well. The Dawn Light is going to be there. Can he go for the threat? Then he gets the execute, and that is going to be the takedown of Kelra. That's the target that Falcon has been eyeing for so long.
2.2 thousand gold lead, and right now Falcon still, again, I want to take what Mirko is saying. Yes, they got the gold lead, they got the kills, but you need to actually control the map. And the way that you control the map is you got to take turrets. Right now, Yellow Flash is being targeted by 3 members of Omega. He's trying to run away, but he will die on the hands of Etomax.
That was close. That was really close, right? I feel like that last Numinum Blast kind of sealed the deal, but Naomi's looking for something again.
Yeah, Etomax right now is getting targeted. However, he did manage to run away with the sprint. That was very clutch, but right now, 92 seconds, they can try again later.
Yep, and as of yet, Falcon is in a very, very good position to actually jeopardize that, right? Justin, imagine if that Dawning Light would have hit. That was a boosted Lightning Truck, and he just got it about 10 seconds prior to that fight. So this is a position where Omega, they don't realize how much he hurt yet. And as of now, I feel like Naomi is still going to be in the front of their mind, lurking and just haunting the presence of what Omega needs to be doing, which is going to be roaming around and setting up opportunities for Kelra to go for this fight. And as of yet, it is not going to be happening for now. Justin trying to scout out the Dawning Light, doesn't have a good idea where Omega is, but they are just tunnel up, making sure that they do not get picked off before this next Lord.
I honestly think, though, that Omega are still comfortable here. Remember what I said, 3,000 gold lead is where it should be for Falcon here if they actually want to be feeling comfortable, because Omega, they're buying time. If they're just down 2,000 gold lead in the 9th minute, they're waiting for the power spike. Remember, 16, 18 minutes, that's when the Omega timer starts, and Omega are doing a real good job at just countering and trading on the map. Look at the cross-map play right now.
Yeah, right now Naomi is going for it. Chad, however, that is not the target they want to focus on. They're still focused on the Lord, but the Lord has been reset. Ryzen has been pushed out. Kara over there still trying to snipe someone out, but Naomi manages to get the kill. Naomi spots out Renzio, but look at that Silent go into the behind, and looks like Kara managed to steal the Lord. And Falcon over here, they're in trouble. Kara got the double kill.
Oh, that was huge, really huge. The fact that oh my God, Justin!
not over!
Oh, what?
What? Justin, an absolute catch coming in from him as well, because Falcon Esports, they should have lost that fight because of Chaknu's Numenon Blast, but still, he managed to salvage the situation for the team, so it's not the end of the world yet. However, the lot is going to be in Omega's favor. Economy-wise, Falcon is leading by 400, but they've lost all the initial lead and they're trying to build up against Omega.
Well, this is the Omega Titans right now. Naomi is going up against Renzio, but that is an Esmeralda. Esmeralda is super tanky. You can't handle by yourselves. Right now, looking at the player's goal, Kelra is on top, but I am actually interested to see the itemization for both these teams, because the damage from Kelra just there. Not only did he manage to take the Lord, but he got 2 kills behind that one team fight. Kelra has scaled up.
Yeah, he has, and this is the thing that we were scared of. This is the thing that we were mentioning. Falcon had a 2,000 gold lead. How do they push that into a 4,000? How do they push that to that late game so that they just make Omega unable to reach that Omega timer? But now it's looking very, very scary. It's down to a 200 gold lead because of Omega's just precise timing on when to engage on the Lord. Because they were able to steal it, now they're back on track to what they were doing. And Kelra is massive.
Look at the positioning coming from Naomi as well. He's looking around behind, trying to find a Sicilian as well as Kelra. This is actually prime position for Falcon to actually force an issue. But Omega, they're still grouping up as a fight. They don't want to take the risk. They want to make sure that whenever Falcon takes a jump, they are going to be able to quick to respond on what happened. So it's all about playing a safety net, because eventually playing it slow, dragging the late game is going to be the key winning factor for Omega. And you can see the items are starting to build in as well. A2 Max looking to build a little bit more defensively on top of going for those bursties coming from Sicilian.
Yeah, a lot of still late plays over here, making sure, but Ken over here managing to actually get Eto Max, but Eto Max manages to actually get out of that situation, and Omega, they retreated with no problems at all. Mistakes were being made there.
And the thing I need to emphasize this, the fact that Eto Max was able to get away, that wasn't a purify, that was a sprint. So he had to find that little opening for him to just sprint out of there. So again, these micro plays, little, but it all builds up. Eto Max has been massive here. As he's been farming so safe, he's been even able to save a sprint up until this very moment.
Yeah, and Ryzen is at a stage where even though he's died 4 times, he's level 14 as compared to Ken. I'm really surprised that he's able to keep up in terms of economy just because of how tanky he is in all this team fights potential. Skygarden Armament is going to be up on Ken. Not the biggest issue when it comes to the team fights, but what is big is going to be the Ice Queen 1 purchase of E2 Max. So that's going to help out a little bit more in all these skirmishes. As long as Naomi gets caught out one of those stabs, Naomi is not going to have an easy time getting out of the team fight.
Speaking of which, right, we can see Naomi is not even trying to actually get Kara as well as Eto Max, because look at their position. They're always together. The moment they see that Talia might be around, Eto Max is just going to use his ult, and then he's just going to figure out, oh, where are you? You're not going to be able to catch us out. Now he's just pushing the side lanes.
What makes it extremely hard for Falcon is that Kelra is just so aware of his positioning, so aware of the enemy Natalia as well. We've seen it every single time that Falcon looked for a gank onto him. He's actually the one being the aggressor there. As they find the pick onto Yellow Flash, and this is a consecration popped already. Big resources as Omega have the Lord chunked down to a quarter of its health.
Look at behind Kelra, looking for the setup. He's trying to go for the plant as well. He's using for the bait. Kelra goes in for the front, but Silent gets caught out with the Numenon Blast, but it's not going to be enough. Kelra won't pay with his price with Silent, but Omega, they have to back out. Yellow Flash is just kiting his way through. Renzo going to be caught out all by himself. The rest of Falcon Esports is going to bully him out. E2 Max has to back out of the fight, but Justin is the only casualty coming from Falcon Esports.
Was that the target? Was that what Carol wanted? Is like, yo, I see Justin, I want Justin. Because Silent was there as well. I wonder which one was the real target. Like, That was an amazing play, but still, Falcon capitalized, and now they're back in the lead with a 2,000 gold lead.
I actually dislike that play, right? When you're Kelra, see what has been making Omega win the last couple of minutes. It's been his crisp, clean positioning, playing from behind, playing just to deal damage, not to find those kills. Yes, it's flashy, it's impressive, but the thing is, because of that, they lose their main damage dealer in the mid-game, and Itomax can't really be that huge carry here just yet. He needs to wait for the stacks to keep on coming, and Kelra needs to stay disciplined if they want to come back in this game, because he just turned again. Falcon now with a 3,000 gold lead, and this is the map pressure where Naomi strives in.
Yeah, they have a lot of openings coming from Falcon Esports now, but Naomi is going to be focusing on the backlines a little bit more. Smart Omega, however, they've got the tanky compositions, but I definitely agree, Kelra should not have made a play. That was so risky. It's either it's risky or it's just unfortunate, because the timing when he jumped, just so happened Silent was diving the backline. So it's just a little bit unfortunate in terms of timings. And it all came down to the 50-50 coin flip on the Lord still. But now, let's talk about items real quick as well. We do see a lot of blade armor purchase coming from Smart Omega, whereas you are going to be seeing a little bit of difficulty, especially for Silent to get those kind of damage output, considering that he doesn't have those Hospital.
3 more minutes, man. 3 more minutes to the Omega timing. And just like Mirko said, somehow Omega, they make less mistakes when they're behind, right? So right now, Omega is actually, perhaps they're setting up their own win condition. Right now, they're gonna scale up. Look at Kelra, already have 3 main core items, and then having that Wind of Nature to make sure that if he does get engaged on by Naomi as well as Silent, he can take care of himself. Looking at Itomax as well, the thing that is important is his stacks, and I feel like he's been stacking up pretty well. Can over here in the front side, not being able to catch anyone.
That's why it's called one-shot Omega, right? They look for that one fight to turn the tides, and they instantly use the momentum to usually end the game or secure a big objective. Usually, it's the Evolved Lord, Enhanced Lord, and this is, yeah, like you mentioned, maybe a strategy by Omega. Give it up, give it over to Falcon, and then we just play perfectly. Wait for that moment where Falcon gets a little bit too comfortable, punish them, and for the orange buff, it's actually taken by Ken here, not Kelra. So, again, that's a little victory for Falcon.
Yeah, it's the small victories that counts. Eventually, it will scale. But like you said as well, it's all about that one-shot potential. You can see Naomi is constantly face-checking and checking every single positions. But Smart Omega, as long as A2Max and Kelra is not caught out of position, all is well in their favor, because they can turn their tides in terms of damage output as well. A2Max, he's got his Dominant Eyes a little bit tankier as well. But the big item pickup is going to be Renzio on the Ice Queen's one in slowing down this aggression coming from Falcon Esports.
See that read?
Oh, yeah. Kelra over here, he knows exactly where Naomi is, but Naomi's still looking for it to get a catch. Yellow Flash taking damage a little bit from Ryzen. Right now, they're just dancing around the Lord. But look here, Omega, they're positioning well. They're positioning super well. They're moving together. Renzio try to catch someone from behind, but look at Naomi. Naomi engaged onto Itomax, but he will get punished, shut down onto himself. Renzio from behind, trying to distract, but Kelra right now on the West Coast, looks like they're just pushing Falcon away from the Lord. They just want better positioning in the map. But Shadu got 2, and look at that, man. Crazy play from Kelra, double kill over that Ken, has to escape. The same thing can be said from Yellow Flash. Omega completely won disengage.
They are better when they are behind, and again, one-shot Omega. This is what I'm saying when I say that this team is weird. They find these crazy fights when they are behind, and when the enemies get too comfortable and they're looking for more.
Are they ending? Oh my god, right now we can look at Omega. All of them are here. Only Ken and Yellow Flash. Yellow Flash right now is trying to proxy the wave. Ken has to run away, but looks like Omega, they're being very, very respectful for Falcon. They're going to back off.
Yeah, and as of yet, that is going to be the free Lord in the hands of Smart Omega. On top of it all, another Blade of Despair has been purchased coming in from Smart Omega. And now with the Divine Glaive on top of Atomax, they are going to be slapping very, very hard. But what I do know, Naomi has overestimated his damage a little bit too much, thinking that he could have killed Atomax. But let's take a look at the replay real quick brought to you by TikTok.
Yeah, take a look at this, all right? Firstly, that was a little mistake by Naomi. I feel like right now in the late game, they should just give that engage role towards Ken, towards Yellow Flash, because if you go in alone, you're not going to be able to do that. And here, this is the moment where it all just comes crumbling down. Chaknu, once again, Chalk Mamba with the plays. That's the play that you need. That's the play that Omega has been getting a lot of success with throughout their entire careers, throughout their history.
It's crazy as well that Omega, they forced Falcon into a choke point, making it so much easier for Kelra to really dish out the damage right now. The Lord is in the base. The damage from Justin is a lot, but still, Itomax, he can do a lot of damage from such a big range. In fact, that's the thing about Omega. They can dish a lot from far away. So from the side of Falcon, they're really looking for Naomi to catch someone out, but that's difficult.
Look at the positions, right? You have a rough idea of what Falcon is thinking as well. Do you want to use the Dawning Light to get Itomax into its kill range for the Natalia? But as soon as that happened, everyone for Omega is going to go for the protection. But now, another attempt comes in, but unfortunately, it is not going to be able to catch anyone from the side of Falcon Esports.
Look at Naomi, though. His positioning here is very, very interesting. The fact that he's trying to just look for the flanks, but Omega, again, they're so aware. Look at how they're roaming across the map here. It's almost as if they know where Naomi is, and it feels like they want to try to sandwich him here. Naomi doesn't really have an opening to do anything at this point, and Omega, they're just using his map control to control the entirety of the enemy jungle here, invading, taking the orange buff, the purple buff for Etomax, and Ryzen is at a point where I think he's just a little bit too tanky for anyone to burst down.
Yeah, and right now, Kera on this Beatrix, this is what makes Beatrix unique. Even though he doesn't have a target, he can shoot anywhere. So he keeps aiming for those bushes. And Natalia is not tanky, so if she gets hit by a Renner shot, she's going to take a lot of damage. If she gets hit by Wesker, that's basically KO. So right now, for the side of Omega, they're playing their vision very, very well. Both Itomax as well as Kera, they're just shooting all their shots into all of the bushes. And right now, Naomi, he figures that out. And right now, I think even he has a difficult time. Like, he's trying to aim for a Renner cooldown, a Wesker cooldown, and then he'll try to engage.
They spot him. They spot him in the jungle here. They might look to collapse.
Oh, seems like that's going to be the case as well. Naomi's going to get caught out. He's all by himself, but here comes the Dawning Light, trying to scare off Omega, but there's absolutely nothing they could have done. They're just so far apart, and Smart Omega manages to catch him off guard, and that is huge for Smart Omega because right now, 5 seconds left, the Evolved Lord is going to be up for grabs. Falcon will have no choice but to force the issue.
And it's about the timing again, right? We mentioned it's about Falcon in the early game. Well, this is Omega in the late game. Chaknu gets pinned down.
Yeah, but that is super tanky, and they're not focusing onto Chaknu, so it looks like Ken got the engage. Looks like Falcon say, you know what, this is not a good target. We gotta wait this out and look at the Lord. The Lord is gonna get secured by Omega. Whereas Silent goes in, tries to dish out the damage onto Etomax, but Etomax manages to run away. Yellow Flash trying to get the kill, but Justin manages to take down Ryzen. 1 kill for the side of Falcon. However, I don't think it's enough.
I agree with that. You know, I don't think that's enough, but I feel like that's the only thing they could have looked for. If they went for the engage onto the Lord, it would have been a 50-50, and if they lose it, Ryzen gets it, it's going to be a one-shot, one-push thing for Omega. This time, though, they find compensation at least onto Ryzen, and they're actually able to keep the man advantage so that the Evolved Lord might not be able to end the game, but it really just depends on Omega. How do they clear out the waves? How do they manipulate the waves? As now, we are going to take a look at the items in the 22nd minute.
Yeah, pay attention to the items coming from Smart Omega. They've got Athena shields up on towards Stamos as well as Lolita just to deal with the burst coming in from the Xavier itself, and because of that, that is just going to put a very, very difficult spot for Falcon Esports to actually threaten this, because if Justin doesn't get this 5-man Dawning Light, things are not going to look good for him, and to top it all off, you've got this Lolita shield that just constantly provides so much I would say sandbag for the side of Smart Omega to allow Falcon to do anything about it. So it all comes down to whether or not can they find an opportunity, especially for Naomi, to kill off either Itomax or Kelra before the fight begins.
This is just a very intense game at this point, right? You can see Omega, the respect that they're giving over to Falcon there. They had the Evolved Lord, but they choose not to group up with it, knowing that, there you go, that's the reason. The Dawning Light comboed in with Silence fully stacked Blazing Duet is going to hurt. It's going to melt everyone. We saw it in the Lord Pit, and this is what Omega needs to be scared of. Perhaps Falcon, this is their strategy all along. They're waiting for the late game as well.
But this comes to the question for the side of Omega. What are they waiting for? What is the go button to be like, okay, you know what? This is our opportunity to push. Because right now, again, Justin can keep spamming that, and Ken tries to catch Renzio. However, Renzio still manages to escape. As of right now, Ken hasn't been able to really catch a priority target from the side of Omega.
It's a pretty good trade, though, in my opinion, right? You trade the heavy spin for a sprint on Renzio. I think I'll take that any day. The thing is, I feel like they need to be able to utilize Naomi properly. Naomi needs to start executing instead of initiating in a lot of these team fights, and that's been the difference here. When Naomi just goes over-aggressive into the enemy jungle, Omega's been so aware, he gets punished every single time.
But how? That's my question right now. How can they actually utilize Naomi? Because if you think about it, the two important people that he needs to kill is going to be the Sicilian as well as the Beatrix. But the question here is that Changnu is providing shields. E2max got an ultimate that kind of allows him to sustain the initial burst coming from Xavier, alongside with a Hearth Claw he's already up and complete for this Beatrix. So I feel like it's such a difficult thing, but at the same time, it all comes down to execution. It comes down to luck as well. If they get like a 5-man wombo combo, maybe it's doable, especially with the heavy spin on Akai.
Right now, Naomi, I don't think there's anywhere for him to hide because everyone from the side of Omega, they keep finding him out, and it's becoming difficult because right now, for the side of Falcon, I feel like the only way that they can really make Naomi work is for them themselves, Ken as well as Yellow Flash, create enough of a distraction for everyone to focus onto Ken and Yellow Flash, and that's where Naomi can come in. Naomi cannot be the engaged now. He cannot have that roamer mindset. He does need to actually adopt like a jungler, like an assassin mindset.
Yes, the win condition for Falcon is to try to isolate Kelra and Entumax. Make them think about what's happening in front of them rather than what's happening behind them. Because Naomi, when he does get the silence onto Kelra, whether or not it kills him, that's actually huge. And now, this is perfect timing.
Oh, it looks like they're going on to Entumax. Kelra right now is looking very low. Entumax already popped off his immortality, but look at here. Renzio tries to zone everyone away. It's only Yellow Flash here trying to get a kill. However, they have not succeeded. And right now, Naomi is looking for Kara, but looks like it's not going to happen. Good job from the side of Renzio, actually pushing out Falcon from engaging onto Omega's backline.
And now they're very hesitant here. You can see it. Falcon, they won the initial fight, but they don't pursue the Lord that far. They actually move back, and they might be looking for more here.
Yep, this is going to be go time as well for Smart Omega. The minions are pushing into the bases of Falcon. Falcon, they have no choice but to concede Lord Pressure, and Omega, they understand that they should take aggression right here, right now. Justin, in a prime position to force a fight, but look at the position of Omega, right? They want to go for a flank. They want to go for the big Numenor blast from Changnu, and it's just so difficult to do so, and they're trying to bait Falcon into this awkward situation, and they know they've got the upper hand as of yet, even though they've burned off the immortality, but they can still bait out with the Winter Trunker, especially with A2max. If Naomi makes the wrong play, man, seems to bleed Naomi. He's gonna get caught out. The heavy spin comes in, and that's a big ultimate being baited out. Silent gonna be forced with the blazing duet to cancel his way through. Changnu gonna be blocking with the shields. He will burn out immortality, and now Ken, he's gonna try and stall the backlines, but he's gonna be able to disengage, and Ken, he's gonna be bursted down. The Sanctuary Claw is gonna be able to take him out, and that's gonna be Falcon Esports. Losing members, but Silent from behind, chunking onto his Renzio. He's just so tanky, and he keeps it alive. Yellow Flash gonna scare off the rest of Smart Omega, and they have to back off. The Dawning Light doesn't connect, and he won't lose his life as Renzio takes him out, and it's not over yet. Silent Yellow Flash, they regroup, but they get completely sandwiched by Smart Omega, and they're all taken out. Mega kill for Kelra.
What a team fight! Like, it started as one team fight, and then it became two, and then got sandwiched together, and Omega, like, this is their win.
One shot Omega. They get one team fight, and there it is. This immaculate team fighting, I think it's on a whole nother level. The team fighting for Omega will be the bane of Falcon's existence. Omega takes game number 1.